Hi, hello viewers. Ford Focus 2012 models here and up, or Ford Focus the third generation. When you look at this part, this is the cabin air filter. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change our Ford Focus cabin air filter. But first, take a look of what the cabin air filter looks like. And our car is using the pleated one, so without the frame, just the typical pleated air filter, which a little bit flexible. And this is the one I got here is a Motorcraft genuine Ford part. And according to our menu, if you're going to buy the Ford genuine parts, the model will be FP70. This is the cabin air filter from our Ford Focus manual. Remember, the model is FP70. And for some reason, this Motorcraft one doesn't really mark FP70 on the filter itself, but anyway, this is a genuine Ford cabin filter. You can buy some other aftermarket parts as long as it looks the same, but for under $20, you just go for the genuine one. Actually, it's okay. The tools you need to change the air filter or the cabin air filter may be just this. I find that the cabin air filter door actually has a screw, a Torx screw or something, which require me to use the T15, the small one, like this, to unscrew it. But check when you reach the air filter, the cabin air filter area, to see if you have a screw. I'll show you where the screw is. But my car has a screw in there, so this is the only tools I need. And before we go on, this is not easy replacement work. If you are scared about working in a tight space or worry about break something, maybe not a simple DIY job in here. But maybe after watching my video, you may have more confidence to change it. Alright, let's get started. To change the cabin air filter, and like most of the cabin filter, they are on the passenger side of the vehicle. But for our Ford Focus, it's also on the passenger side, but the cabin filter actually is around this area. It's in the middle of the center step, almost close to the front firewall. So, how to get to it? Here, if you look at it, we have a small cover over here. We will need to take that out. This cover is actually hiding the fuel box, or they call it BCM, the body control module, or something like that, behind it. But that's no big deal. Actually, they make it nice here. See, instead of just showing up all the wires like the other cars or something, Ford actually make a nice cover to cover those up, and maybe that's for the sound insulation also. So, how to take out this little cover? There are two tabs here. This thing is not a screw, it's a tab. So there are two tabs here. You just hope you can see that clearly. You see there's a squeeze tabs, left and right. So basically you just squeeze it, squeeze the tab, and just pull it down, and you take it out very easily. You don't need to use a lot of force. See, basically it's a squeeze tab. So once you take the tabs out, then you just flip it down a little bit, flip the cover down a little bit, and watch over there. You need to make space to pull these things out. forward and you come out. So safely put it aside, maybe on the passenger seat, that's fine. Just don't crush it. Alright, here, this is our fuel box or body control module. That's what they say of our car, but this is not our concern here. We are looking at the carbon filter cover, which is this little thing. The filter, from my previous section, you already see the filter is like a small rectangular shape thing. So the filter basically slide in or orient this way, and you need to take the cover off. So pay attention to see if you have a screw over there or not. I hope you can see that. If you see a screw at the end like that, then yes, you will need a T15 screwdriver to unscrew it first before you squeeze the tab to take out the cover. There's two tabs over here, but let me take out the screw first. There's just one screw if you happen to have one, so pay attention. If you're lucky enough you don't have a screw, that's fine. Then you just squeeze the tab to unlock the cover. Otherwise, if you see a screw, make sure you unscrew it first with a T15. Alright. Now, there are two tabs over there. Not this tab. This is also a tab, but it's not squeezable. This tab I'm talking about. There's a left and right. I think this thing is like a handle to take out the cover a little bit easier. To help you take out the cover a little bit easier. But the main thing is you need to squeeze on the tabs below in order to unlock the cover. You just squeeze in and out and then pull like that. Pull and then downward, because there's also I think there's some tabs or something to lock in the top of the cover to create a good seal of the airbox. So gently slide down and take it out. And now that's our prize, the cabin air filter. It's right there. How to get to it? You can gently take it out little by little, and be careful, when your filter is already very dirty, because the other side will be very dirty. So actually, I suggest, if you have a dirty cabin filter, have a wet cream ready to do some cleanup after you pull the old filters out. Mine is still pretty new, but for this demonstration, I'm going to tell you how to take the filters out. But be reminded, if you have a dirty filter here, have a wet cream ready to clean things up a little bit outside or the inside, just make things neat. So how to get the things out? You do it by pull it out slightly first, or tuck one of your finger behind the filter to make a contact, to slide it out a little bit first. At least you get some portions out, but be reminded you cannot actually pull the filter straight out because you have no space. And if you see what I mean, you have a ton of cables, holes, AC holes, coolant holes on top of it. So you cannot just pull the things straight out. But there's a trick to do that. You slide it out a little bit first, and then you squeeze in the midsection of the filter to create a small arch. Just keep squeezing. Well, be careful, you know. If you like what I did here, you know, I actually pushed the filter back in, but again, you know, tuck your finger behind or in front, you know, just take the filter out 1 or 2 inches first, and then grab the bottom and squeeze the filter this way. Squeeze. Pull while you squeeze in the middle of the section of the filter. Because you know the idea to pull this out is because you have no space on top and a ton of cables over here. You actually need to slide out and swing it out like this, and that's the idea. And that's why when you squeeze in the middle, it creates a small arch at the bottom, and you can make space like that. See? And you know, once you get most of the filter out, you just pull it forward toward you, because you know there's an incline on the carpet, and rotate it, keep rotating, and eventually you pull the whole thing out. And that's it. That's how you get your cabin filter out. And I do it gently because my filter is still new. I'm going to reinstall it back. But if you have the old one, you don't really care. Just pull it out whatever way you want to do it, as long as you don't make a mess around here. But like I said, remember to have a vacuum ready, because this thing is going to be dirty on the other side. Depends on how many miles you already have. So have a vacuum ready, clean things up. If possible, vacuum inside also. Make a small tube there, you know, as long as you know, just clean it before you have the new filters back in. And that's how you get the filter out. So in the next section, I'm going to show you how to put the new filter back in. Okay, we are ready to reinstall the new filter, the new cabin air filter, back to the car. And one thing you need to pay attention is make sure the cabin air filter you got, you look at the arrows of the airflow. I hope you can see that. You know, from the genuine Motorcraft one, they have the marking of the airflow of where you are going to orient the filter when you put back into the place. Make sure you follow the arrow. You know, this is the outside air, and after you filter, you go to the cabin. Or if you want something easy to remember, look at the side strip here. The side strip always facing the firewall of the car. So make sure you do it this way. Now again, you really need to squeeze the filter in. And if you already know, we have a very tight space around here. See, there's a fuel box, and this is where the filter, we are going to put it back. And if you look at it further, you see all these cable, coolant holes or freon holes or whatever holes, you know, is all up there. Make it a very tight space to actually let you easily slide in the filter. That's what I mean. You need to exercise your filter a little bit before you, even though it's new, try to exercise your filter a little bit, like what I show you, by squeezing your filter. And don't worry about destroying it, because you will not. Make sure for this kind of pleated filter, it's just like an accordion. You can actually squeeze this way. As long as you are squeezed with the vertical line like an accordion, you will not destroy it. Just don't do it. Just don't squeeze this way, because you are going to crush the filter. That's a big no. So remember, squeeze the filter this way, and this is how we are going to put the filter back in. And if you look at it, see, even though I make a couple of squeeze on the filter itself, it will bounce back into place, back to the square. So when we squeeze and put in the filter, don't worry about it will not get back into shape, because it will not. It will get back to shape, back to the small rectangular shape eventually. So let's do it. And before I actually put it, let's look at our angle of attack. And that's our entry point here. That's our final destination. We're going to put the filter in. And when we put the filter, we need to orient the filter with the squeezing. And the filter is going to put it in this way, but when we orient the filter to put it in, there's a little angle of attack. You need to put it in order to make space for yourself. So the normal orientation is like that, you put it in, but because there's no space, so we need to go in this way when we squeeze it. So it will create a big down gap here, so to give you space, so you can orient the filter and back to its entry point. I hope you can see it better, because I got one hand to hold the camera, but it's a good demonstration that you can even do it in one hand. See, like what I did. See, don't worry about it. Orient it, turn it 90 degrees, squeeze it, and then using the cable here as your assistance to help you keep squeezing on this side. And while you're working its bottom, to slide it back into its slot, that air filter slot. As long as you do it gently and slowly, you will not destroy the filter. So don't worry about not making it in, because eventually it will. Just be patient. See? Little by little. And don't worry about the top, because it got space, a ton of space from there. See? Once you put in the first quarter off, you are golden. And just keep gently squeezing or sliding, and occasionally readjust the top a little bit to make it going in a little bit easier. And sliding in, and that's about it. See? And it bounce back to its rectangular shape. Okay, we are ready to put the cover back on. And remember, the cover, the tab is always facing down the bottom or near the lower portion of the cover. And remember, this big thing is always facing outward. So this is the right orientation. Don't do it this way. And on top of it, there's some tabs. You will need to latch upon the top and the whole filter box, you're going to slide it inside the edge and to complete the seal. So here, how I'm going to do it. So you position the things slightly. I hope you can see it. Okay, you can see that. Push it to the top. Make sure the top tabs are in the place. You may not be able to see that, but you can feel it for sure. And as long as the bottom one is aligned near the screw hole, you are fine. So once you feel the tab is in, just push it up. By holding that big protruding things. And actually I'm done. See? Yep. And see, just tuck it a little bit to see if it is locked into the place. If it is, then you're ready to reinstall the screw if you happen to have one. And now make sure you install the screw back to lock it in place. That's why you need a T15. Just slug it is enough. Slug it up. You don't need to make it super tight because these are just a plastic cover. Okay, and we are almost done. Okay, the last part is install these little things, little cardboard things back to the place to cover the fuel box. And one word of caution is there are two tabs in here, and this is a straight edge here. Make sure you slide it under these little metal tab things so it hold the bottom, and align the hole back to these yellow tabs, and that's pretty much it. See? Make sure you look after the space over here also. See, slide it in. You can check from the bottom, and as long as you see that metal things, see, which is under your cardboard or the cover, then you are fine. And line the hole back into its place. And put the tab back in. Basically just you can squeeze and push, or you can just push it up. If you don't want to make a lot of noise. Don't know if you can actually screw it. Actually no. And that's, I think that's it. Oh, actually yeah. I think that's it. Just make sure you push it all the way in and check everything. And you are done. So again, if you know how to replace it, the cabin air filter is not that hard. But like I said, whoever designed this, I don't know, I should have given him an award, you know, of the pain in the butt award to put the cabin filter in such a hard location. Maybe because they want to give us a gigantic glove box to use, so or a deep glove box for us to use, instead of the conventional location to put the cabin filter behind the glove box, and that's why they put it into there. Maybe that's the reason. But anyway, that's how you replace the cabin air filter in our 2012 and above model year Ford Focus. And I hope that helps you out. And until next time, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.